and welcome to another episode of KMC Vibes. This is your host, DL, and today's guest from Vancouver in Canada, we have Adam Mah, singer-songwriter and eloquent vocalist. Let's welcome him to the show. Adam, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Summer day here in Japan. What does it? Let's see. So I've been to Toronto. Is the weather? How is the weather in Vancouver compared to Toronto?
It's quite a bit more mild. I think from my experience in going to Toronto, Toronto's operating in more extremes. Like the summers are incredibly hot and the winters are incredibly cold.
Right.
Whereas over in Vancouver, everything's kind of just like rainy all year round. A little bit of sun in the summer, and yeah, and then back to rain.
Really, it rains that much?
It rains a lot in Vancouver. I mean, I guess since we're in a rainforest, that makes sense. And then, yeah, we might get like a few inches of snow in the winter, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
Panic.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like the style of your music. What is your? I guess what's your main influence in terms of how you write your songs?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm really influenced by artists like Phoenix, M83, Porter Robinson, Madeon. So it's kind of like I guess a lot of like really synth based stuff, and kind of taking that into the more kind of like indie pop realm. Um, yeah, so a lot of it is just I guess starting with like loops and stuff in Ableton, and then kind of building it out into a song, which I guess is like a little less like traditional songwriter, just sitting at a piano, kind of plunking out verse, chorus, bridge, chorus kind of thing. But I'm enjoying it.
Okay. When you write your songs, is it like, do you have kind of a mellow feel, or like what encourages you? What motivates you to write?
um, I mean, I guess like obviously my own experiences as we walk this earth, and as well like a lot of like film really inspires me. I feel like visual references are always like a really great inspiration for writing something, and when you're watching a film and you're kind of like, oh, like what would it be like if I soundtracked this, and sort of kind of build something out that way. I think is really interesting. And it's I guess in the pop realm, it's hard to not just write a song that's about love or like a relationship. So it's nice to get outside of that box.
Okay, well, I'd like to start with the first song, which uniquely enough is titled "The Cloud."
Hmm.
Is this like the internet cloud or the physical cloud?
This is the internet cloud.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay, okay.
um
Can you explain a little bit about that?
yeah, for sure. So that song was greatly inspired by the I guess positive and negative sides of the internet. On the positive sides, that song I worked with this guy named Jordan Lawler, who plays in a band called M83, who I'm a huge fan of, and we worked on that over the internet. So he was down in LA and I was up in Vancouver, just sending sessions back and forth, which was amazing. And then on the negative aspects, I guess just talking about um, yeah, just sort of the sides of the internet that are in some ways positive, like in terms of like curation and stuff with like Spotify playlists and things like that. But in like a weird way, I feel like there's less of a less of an element of like surprise and like discovery with a lot of stuff. Like, when I talk to people about, what are you watching right now, it's always like, what's the in the top 10 on Netflix. and less so like, oh, you know, I found this DVD at the video store, and I just, the cover looked cool, and you know, I picked it and saw it, which I guess you could also do on the internet. But I feel that as from the early days of the internet to now, I feel like that progression has just gotten more and more just sort of curated, I guess, and less like of that element of like surprise. It's like the internet kind of learns like, okay, we know, you know, Adam likes these kinds of movies, so we're just gonna like push these kinds of things towards him, and you know, I'm not gonna get to see all this stuff that maybe I would think is cool, but the internet is like, no, you like this kind of stuff, which is,
Yeah, maybe you should change the title of the song from The Cloud to Algorithms.
yeah, exactly. Could be a more fitting title for sure.
All right, well, let's check out this first song by Adam Mah, The Cloud.
Welcome to the world's first artificially intelligent operating system. We'd like to ask you a few basic questions before the operating system is initiated. Are you social or antisocial? Would you like your OS to have a male or female voice? How would you describe your relationship with your mother? Thank you. Please wait as your individualized operating system is initiated.
Hi.
It's streaming out from your living room, from your mobile phone. I'm an empty space, fill me up, pour me out till I'm nothing. I'm just an algorithm searching keywords. Market it to me, market it to me. I'm just up in the clouds, downloading my personality, till we're both in sync, till we both hit the brink of insanity. Have we had enough now? Have we had enough now? How about another round till we hit the ground, running to see the same thing that we saw last week? Come home, repeat, repeat. Wake up, or am I falling asleep? This world is upside down, right side up and underneath. Fake it. Am I a cheat? Now I'm naked for all to see. My secrets are free, they are the key to me. I'm just up in the clouds, downloading my personality,
lot of people are probably wondering, why do you use the Chinese character for your name or for on your pictures?
Yeah, so that actually stemmed from, I mean, obviously the most obvious thing is my last name is Ma, so that's the Chinese character for my last name, which means horse. Um, and yeah, I was inspired. I was previously playing in a band, and then we broke up like a couple of years ago, and so I started working on some solo work, and I was kind of thinking of like branding and stuff, and like what feels kind of like me, and like, and then I was over at my dad's house, and he has like an etching of the character hanging above his dining room table, and I thought, wow, that like that's, why didn't I think of that? That's like the most obvious thing. That's so, yeah, it's perfect. So yeah, that is why I chose it.
Do you speak Japanese? Would be the next question.
So I actually, weirdly enough, went to a elementary school in Langley, which is like just outside of Vancouver. And you had the choice between learning Japanese or French. And so I learned Japanese in elementary school, and I've forgotten pretty much all of it going into high school, as I went and learned, you know, French and Italian, and I've forgotten that as well, of course. So yeah, I actually just recently bought some books on katakana and hiragana, so I'm like kind of trying to start like getting back into it, but yeah, I'm not a native Japanese speaker at all. Like I can't speak it. Yeah.
Okay. When did you come? You've been in Japan before?
I have, yeah. I've been, I think 3 times now. Uh, been to Osaka and Nagoya and Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah, really, really awesome, and I love Japan so much.
What was that? Performing or just visiting?
That was just visiting. So my girlfriend used to be a flight attendant, and so every now and then, you know, she'd work a summer going to like Osaka or Nagoya, and occasionally it would be like, hey, do you want to like, you know, come to Japan for a weekend? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So
Free
you know,
ticket?
yeah, free ticket, free hotel, come and stay and hang out, and yeah, it was the best. Yeah, and then we did like a more extended trip in Tokyo, and that was amazing. Yeah.
Cool. So you've got a song entitled Tokyo. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so that track is about our time in Tokyo, and just kind of the, I guess, my own sort of like romanticized idea of Tokyo and our vacation there. And obviously when you're on vacation, you kind of have a different perspective of what a place is. And obviously, you know, I'm working in Vancouver 24/7, so Vancouver is just kind of whatever to me. But if I was on vacation here, I can see how I would be like, wow, this is like, you know, and it is a great place, of course. But it's just a different frame of mind, I guess, that sort of vacation state of mind.
If I can ask, what was probably the most impressive thing, good or bad, about Tokyo for you?
I feel like, honestly, I mean, it's so hard. Like, where do you even start? Like, the food is like amazing, but I feel like a lot of the really cool, like, sort of little side streets and stuff, like that's not something we really have much of in Vancouver. Like everything's very open. And I feel like in Tokyo, like going through like little places in like Harajuku and stuff, there's a lot of like really cool little businesses and like, you know, coffee shops. And I'm also a really big fan of a lot of the fashion brands there. So like stuff like Neighborhood, I love. And so that was really cool to kind of explore those areas and just kind of wander into a little shop and, you know.
Yeah, they're definitely kind of little. You turn around the corner and go in an alley, and there's this cool place, and it's, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, in particular, I remember there's a band called Bombay Bicycle Club, and their singer did a solo record, and we went to this jazz Kisatan where he was at during his time in Japan, and that was super cool. Like just that entire concept of just going somewhere and seriously like listening to like jazz while you're like drinking nice whiskey or something was super cool, and just something that I don't know if that could exist or like survive in a place like Vancouver, just like a little hidden gem like that.
Well, the thing about especially jazz here in Japan is a lot of the small venues like that are just jazz enthusiasts. They've spent their entire life collecting stuff. They've retired, and now they get to sit and bask in it all day and invite people to bask in it with them, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, super cool.
Well, I'd like to play the second track of yours, Tokyo. When did you record this song?
So Tokyo was recorded back in, I believe, 2019.
Okay. That'd be last year.
Yeah, last year. Easier way of saying that. It feels so long ago with everything going on right now.
Right. And when did you visit? Last year as well?
No, Tokyo, we went in, I want to say 2017 or 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a different place.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's check out this song, Tokyo by Adam Mah.
I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I can feel the history in these streets, feel the ground coming up over me. I've never felt so small, pieces of a bigger puzzle, nothing at all. I can be a fly on the wall, people watching from the top of a building so tall. I was always hoping you'd call, watching us from the top as we fall. I feel electric when we kiss. If I leave now, I'd be remiss. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. For I'm in Tokyo, stores are closed, and we're walking the streets of Japan. Getting lost in maps and bad directions, but I follow the touch of your hand. I can be a fly on the wall, people watching from the top of a building so tall. I was always hoping you'd call.
Thank you for calling.
Watching us from the top as we fall.
Goodbye.
I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I never knew that we'd find peace in this place. wanna do is stay here, 'cause I can't face the reality, the truth, holding me up to my gaze. Yeah, I never knew that we'd find peace in this place. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other. Yeah, I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other. I can feel it when we're sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other, sinking up to each other.
That was Tokyo by Adam Mah. So, if I may ask, why Tokyo? Why not Osaka or Nagoya?
I mean, I feel like a big part of that is just spending quite a bit more time in Tokyo than the former two. But I think Tokyo as well is just it just has so many different like neighborhoods and stuff, and I feel like each is like its own little I don't even know what the word is. Like I would compare it to like going to like New York, but I know even that is like not even comparable because they're still so
Right.
different.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Kind of like
Yeah.
Soho, Chinatown, and
For sure,
East-
yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it was just like I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface of what Tokyo is.
Right. You probably didn't.
Yeah, got to get all the touristy stuff out of the way for sure.
Right. Right. So, when you perform live, what is your live show like?
So my live show right now is kind of constantly changing and evolving. Initially, we had like a full band with like drummer and guitarist and synth player, and I was doing vocals. And then for a little bit, it was kind of like a duo setup with a guitarist, and I was doing synths and playing samples and stuff while singing. And now for this current performance, it's going to be my producer Shane playing synths, and then my guitarist Caleb on guitar, and then I'll just be singing for this one. Yeah, so it feels it's kind of just adapting to each performance, I guess, right now.
Right. I've seen some of your videos, and it seems like your stage show, that at least from the videos, is kind of like you're free on the microphone to move around. Is that how you feel comfortable?
Yeah, I think it's I mean, I feel like when I was starting out, I definitely like kind of hid behind my guitar a little bit. And as I've kind of played more shows and progressed in music, I feel like for the performance aspect, it's just a lot more freeing to not have to worry about, playing, the synth part here. It's like I can go and interact with the audience, and my band will back me up and take care of the rest.
Yeah, that's what they're there for.
Yeah, the real musicians.
Right. When you basically when you tour, well, where do you tour outside of Canada?
So I haven't actually toured outside of Canada as of yet with my solo project or with my previous band. With my last band, we have done tours across Canada, and yeah, touring has become very hard right now. So
Yeah.
we'll see what the live show landscape is after all this is over.
So if people want to find out about you, I suppose just Googling your name and everything will come up. You're on all the basic platforms.
Yeah, it should come up if you Google my name. I'm sure there'll be a few, LinkedIn accounts or other Adam Mahs existing in the world.
Right. How best would you describe your sound? Because I listened to it and I am reminiscent of another, coincidentally, another Adam that attended KMC about the second or third KMC. Adam Tyler, he's from the U.S.
Okay.
But his music is very kind of heavy dance oriented.
Right.
But how would you best describe your sound?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like that's a constantly evolving answer. Right now, with the latest stuff with the EP, it's very synth rock pop heavy. So bands like M83, who I mentioned earlier, or like Phoenix, but I guess just a bit of a darker, more minor kind of take on those bands.
Okay.
Yeah, a less optimistic about things like the internet, I guess.
So speaking of dark, the last song I like to do is Shadows. Does that have kind of a dark theme in it as well?
So that one in particular, as I talk about pop songs about love, that one is about love, I guess. It's about me and my girlfriend at the time's breakup, and it features the singer Jodie Peterson, who's another local singer here in Vancouver, and she goes under the name Royal.
Okay. Well, that's it, I guess. Let's check out this song, Shadows by Adam Mah.
If I can't get what I want, I'll just love you in the shadows. If you're so jaded about love, I'll just love you in the shadows. You've gone cold on my line, I'm waiting by it every night. You once swore by it, now it's your sword beside you. And I crave this tragedy, it gives me something to say. Did I make a big mistake? Am I just moving on to a new place? Just looking for a chance at redemption. I've lost a lot of my friends. I'm tired of tiptoeing around. You cannot think what you wanna think now. If I can't get what I want, I'll just love you in the shadows. If you're so jaded about love, I'll just love you in the shadows. Empty hearts leave empty spaces, moving on to other places. If I can't get what I want, I'll just love you in the shadows. Am I here by design? The answer I'm still trying to find. You took me by surprise. We're right back to where we started. I made this tragedy, it gave me something to say. I made a big mistake.
Thank you, Kensei.
Was Shadows by Adam Mah. Well, thanks for joining the interview. Any last words for the audience?
Thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and thanks so much to Kansai Music Conference for having me, and it's been a real pleasure.
Right. You'll get a chance to perform in Japan one day, but until then, you can do it virtually.
Yes.
Adam will be joining KMC this year, performing on September 19th. Check the schedule, KMC, KansaiMusicConference.com, and you'll be able to see his performance again. So, Adam, thanks for joining the show, and I look forward to seeing you again in September.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm really looking forward to doing a show in September virtually.
Cool. That was this episode of KMC Vibes with Adam Mah, and we'll be back next week with Mercury Machine from the UK. Until then, peace.